Work experience. My personal favourite for this disc, well, box set, volume 1, I mean. It's weird though, because I don't think anyone sees Ram, well, I think some people would see Ram or Tanya as their favourite characters, but together, they're this really hilarious double act, and that's perfectly shown here. Because, I mean, you see them in, episode 2, there's a lot of chemistry between the two as friends. This one sort of shows how opposite they are, yet how well they work together. It's all okay, let's just work through it step by step. So, Tanya and Ram go for work experience at, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Sevlin Labs, yeah? Which is interesting because you think with a series set at a secondary school, sixth form, they would focus a lot on aspects of the school but with an alien twist. They did that with a couple episodes like Detained and Coach with the Dragon Tattoo, but you don't see it as much as you think you have. I feel like one of the few other stories where they actually focus on this is in, hang on, the book What She Does Next Will Astound You. Got to me eventually. Where they focus a lot on how internet challenges and how dangerous they can be. So it's sort of like an aspect of youth culture, but with an alien twist. This one does pretty much the same thing, and it's brilliant. But the story for the most part could be described as an alien knockoff. Basically, the labs are underground, the pair get trapped there with this guided tour, which happens to feature a mayor who's stereotypical politician. It's all about getting noticed in the public eye, not so much about the work or effort. Sort of like, think In the Loop. So they're trapped underground, one of the specimens escapes, and the group have to work together to escape. Naturally, Ram and Tanya are the ones that focus on getting out the most. So the facility goes into lockdown, and all Ram wants to do is have lunch. It's one of the most simple yet funny things in the whole episode. There's like this whole subplot, it's almost like a subplot about Ram just wanting to get out and get something to eat. It follows throughout the whole story. It's odd though, it's funny how often he brings it up, even though there's clearly a lot more things to worry about. Notably, the invisible alien that glows in the dark trying to kill them, and the fact the mayor gets shot. Which brings me on to a next point, in which, when the mayor gets shot accidentally by one of the lab technicians, Tanya has this little rant about how guns are bad. In fairness, they are. I'm getting into gun politics here, not the time. But the thing is though, the way she goes about it does show a common problem I've had with people who think she's basically not a nice person. I mean, she's a very... What I saw in the series was that she's a very opinionated, strong-minded character and believes in issues, and she will fight for that issue. But in this scene, you really do not think it should be relevant. It should just be said, you shot someone, you're an idiot, why did you? Move on. Even though, yeah, the mayor does end up dead, but still, she does... It is a little bit obnoxious, and it's one of the low sides. But then the director of the institute, Vanderberg, goes pretty much mad and kills one of the guards to prevent the news getting up. It's a very stereotypical facility goes amok type thing, like Jurassic Park or again Alien. But the thing is though, like I said, this is a very audio drama, and the tone and the voice of the actress is quite menacing, but it's kind of obvious with it. I mean, it's not something I say is bad, it's just something that's been done before. But again, it's it's not really the focus of class about what they can do, it's more about how they do it, and in this story I think it's done quite well. Because basically she kills the security guard by dissolving his insides with a pathogen. But one of my favourite moments is that with Tanya, again, she's sort of seen as the brains of the group, of the Coral Defenders, yet in the series they don't really give her much to do. The only time that she really gets sciencey is when she's trying to hack into UNIT, but in that context she kind of fails. In this episode, she basically makes an explosive. Yeah. I shouldn't really like the idea, but it's just really funny just to see her in the lab. I'm like, Tanya, do something. You got a lab, and she takes charge of the situation. It's kind of fun to listen to this character basically own the show. Sort of helps with I kind of wish that all the other characters were there. You know, Mateus, Miss Quill, Charlie, April, just to see what they would comment on the situation. It would be, I mean, I like the fact that they focus on individuals and how they interact, but I would like at least one of these stories to have the entire group. Favourite line of the episode? When Tanya's explosive sets off the sprinklers. What does Ram say to that? Now I'm wet, hungry and bored. It's really... It's just really great how these characters react to the situation. So it is funny. I mean, I may sound fake, but seriously, I do enjoy these witty, obnoxious one-liners that the characters have. There is this weird twist at the end where Vanderberg turns out to be an alien. It sort of seems a bit tacked on, and we don't really find out what she is, which could have acted a bit more depth. Maybe she was an Arctinian, a Slovene, a Zygon. Seriously, they could have done so much, but they kind of shrug off. She's an alien. Moving on. And, you know, and that's just really it, really. This episode's quite more self-explanatory if you compare it to, like I said, Alien and Jurassic Park, and if you listen to itself. Basically, it's a creature run amok, they're trying to escape scenario, while the authorities try and keep it covered up.